Hello, welcome to jQuery tutorial, chapter 18, jQuery add or remove class, brought to you by Ankpro Technologies. My name is Harish. In this session, we are going to learn about how to add or remove CSS classes, how to check if an element has a CSS class, or how do you toggle CSS classes. Okay, so without wasting much time, let me jump into the next slide. Here comes a list of CSS class manipulation methods. They are addClass, removeClass, hasClass, and toggleClass. These are the four methods. If you want to manipulate something related to CSS class, then we have to make use of these four methods, that is addClass, removeClass, hasClass, and toggleClass methods. So without wasting much time, let us learn each of the methods individually and let us understand them very clearly. So first method is addClass. So let me jump into Visual Studio and let me show you how addClass works. So let me add a div. So to the div I'm having a content called hello world. So to this div what I'm doing is I'm adding a style attribute and I'm telling like the background color should be of yellow. Okay, and it should have a border of 2 pixel solid white or red. Okay, and apart from that, what I need to do is I need to also have the color of the text as black. By default it will be black. Okay, let me do this. So now when I push this page to the browser, I'll get a div with the border 2 pixel solid red and also with the background color yellow. So now let me press Ctrl F5 to push this page to the browser. So here what's happening here is the build has succeeded. Now it takes me to Chrome browser. There in the Chrome browser it renders the HTML whatever I've written. So you can observe very clearly, like I'm having a hello world text with background color yellow, and this is the border 5 pixel solid red. Now what I've done is I've specified in my tag itself the styles whatever I want. Now what I'll do is I'll add the styles with the help of jQuery addClass method. So what I'll do is first I'll define a class, CSS class. Within that class I'm going to specify the styles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call that class with the help of addClass method to this div element. So first let me cut this, Ctrl X. So after that I need to define a style. Okay, here I'm going to create a class called dummy. Okay, within that I'm going to add a style. Okay, the style is something. Okay, here is my CSS class with the styles background color yellow and border 2 pixel solid red. Now I'm going to apply that style to this div in the jQuery fashion. In the sense I'm going to use this beautiful method, that is addClass. Why do we need addClass method? It adds one or more specified classes, CSS classes, to the element which you have selected. So my objective right now is I need to add this CSS class to this div element. So how can I do that? I have to first identify an element, that is div element, the tag name selector. So then I'm calling that addClass method. To that add class I need to pass the class name which I'm going to add that particular div element. The class name is dummy. So Control S. Now as of now let me comment this, just to show you. Let me go back and let me refresh. Here this is typical hello world. Does not have any background or border. Now how do I apply the CSS class? With the help of addClass method. Now with the help of this addClass method I'm passing this class dummy. This dummy is having a styles like background color and border. I'm attaching that to this div. So now when I go back and refresh, okay, it will be having the styles of background color yellow and border 5 pixel solid red. Okay, this is what the advantage of using addClass method. Suppose I'm having another class. Okay, that class name is sample. Okay, within that class I'm having that color of the text. Okay, should be white. Okay, right now you can observe the color of the text is black. I want to make it white. So if I need to add this class also to this new element with the help of this add class, what I need to do is I need to separate them. Two classes should be separated by the space. So I need to pass the class name, that is sample. Now let me go back and let me refresh. You can observe the text of the color of the text is white. Okay, this is how you can add multiple classes with the help of this add class method, but each class should be separated by the space. Okay, and now let me go back to presentation, and I'm having remove class. So what it does is it removes one or multiple or all classes. To remove multiple classes, separate them with a space. To remove all classes, don't specify any class name. So as of now, you can observe very clearly I'm adding a class. Okay, I'm adding two classes, dummy and sample. Now what I need to do is I need to remove the class. Okay, how do I remove? Okay, dollar. First I need to identify an element, that is div. Now I need to remove the class. Okay, what is the class I need to remove? Sample. I don't want my text to be of white color, so I'm removing it. Now when I do Ctrl S, now let me go back and let me refresh. You can observe the styles of background color yellow and red, border red is removing, but the white color text, the color of the text white, it's been removed. Why? Because I'm using this remove class. I'm removing the class called sample. Within the sample class, I'm defined my text color should be white. That has been removed, so we are getting the color as black itself. Suppose if you want to remove both the things for dummy also, then you have to pass that class also separated by a space. Now when I do Ctrl S, now let me go back and let me refresh. Nothing, no styles are added, no classes are added. Why? Because in my first line what I'm trying to do is I'm adding the classes dummy and sample. In the next line immediately I'm removing those classes, so it's not going to add any of the class dummy or sample. Okay, that's why we're getting the typical hello world without any styles. I hope you understood with this. So now let me go back to presentation. Suppose I want to check whether this element is having this class or not. So we have to make use of this method, that is hasClass method. What it does is it returns the boolean value true or false. If that element is having the class name what I have specified to this hasClass method, it returns true. If not, it returns false. So how do I work with that? So what I need to do is I need to just let me remove this. As of now, let me have only one. Let me remove the spaces, white spaces. It does not look good. So now I'm having like add class dummy. So now let me go back and let me refresh. We'll get this output, that's for sure. And now I have to check whether the div element is having a class called dummy, has been applied a class called dummy. How do I do it? I need to check with dollar div dot as class what is the class name. I have to check whether the dummy is added to the div element or not. So right now this it's going to return true because we are having a class dummy applied to this div. So let me store it in some variable called result. Okay, then what I'm trying to do is I'll alert that variable which is having the result of that particular thing what it is returning. So when I do Ctrl S, let me go back and let me refresh. Okay, here I'm getting the value as true. Yes, that div element is having that CSS class dummy, so it's returning true and the styles have been applied. Okay, I hope you understood with this as class. It's going to check whether the particular element is having that particular CSS class or not. If the class is present, it returns true. If not, it returns false. For example, suppose I'm going to check like some class called some XYZ. I'm going to name the class as XYZ. Now I'm going to check like to the div element, is there any class CSS class applied called XYZ. Right now it's going to return false because to this div element we are not adding any class called XYZ. So let me go back and let me refresh. Right now we'll get the output as false and this class is going to apply. Okay, I hope you understood with this as class method. And this is toggle class. Okay, toggles one or more specified classes. If the element has a specified class, then it is removed. If the class is not present, then it is added. Okay, to understand this very clearly, what I'll do is let me remove this, and let me remove this also, and let me remove this also. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll take paragraph with the content hello, and also paragraph with content Sam, and also paragraph with the content world. Let me go back and let me refresh. Now when I click on this paragraphs, okay, it should apply the background color yellow, and again when I click on this paragraph, it should remove that background color yellow. So how can I do that? I can achieve that with the help of toggleClass method. So what I need to do is, first I need to identify the element which I'm going to apply the toggleClass, that is to the paragraph elements. Okay, then I need to call that toggleClass. Sorry, on the click of that paragraph, then we have to call that toggleClass. So I'm going to write a function. Okay, here I'm telling like dollar this dot toggle class. What is the class I need to toggle every time? It is dummy. Okay, control S. Now let me go back and let me refresh. Now when I click on this, it's applying the background color yellow. Now again when I click on this, toggle on that, that class is been removed, and that's the meaning of this sentence. Like if the element has a specified class, then it is removed. So right now it has the specified class with the background color. To that class I've specified like background color yellow. Okay, I can understand this sentence. If the element has a specified class, then it is removed. Now when I click on that, that class is removed, and coming back again, if the class is not present, then it is added. Suppose now again when I click back, that class is being added. This is called about toggleClass method, and this is how it works. Okay, so we learned like 4 methods: addClass, removeClass, hasClass, and toggleClass methods of CSS class manipulation methods. And we learned like how to add multiple classes, how to remove the multiple classes with help of addClass and removeClass methods. And also we learned like how to check whether the particular class is added to particular element with hasClass method. And also we learned like how to work with toggleClass. Okay, and that's for the day. Thank you for listening. Have a great day. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel Ankpro Training. You can also like our Facebook page visiting this URL. You can also follow us on Twitter. For further reference, refer our websites. We are on LinkedIn too. Last but not the least, please don't forget to give the feedback. Thank you. Have a great day.